This is tips and tricks for city skylines and how not to fail your city in the first few minutes and how to get a good start so you can raise a great city. So first, I'm just going to start a new game. I have these because I have the OC, but a good thing to start with, like Foggy Hills, for example, has decent amount of natural resources, and the river allows, or a river allows you to conduct water energy, or yeah, and that can be great to have. Green Plains is also one of my favorites to use. So I'm just gonna start with this custom map theme. I don't have any, but we're just gonna start. As I'm waiting to load, as this says, yeah, rainy weather can increase wind speed, and with places like this, you want to place windmills on higher places so you can generate more energy. But as you start the game, and as you're going to see, the first thing I want to do is, now that I'm in, the first thing I want to do with this is I want to build a road and just get residential and a bit of commercial going. You don't want too much, because if you have too much, then that can be a problem and you will lose money. But let's just get this going. I'm gonna district out, like have some here, some residential there, and some commercial here. Or yeah, commercial zones. And then what I also want to do is, since we have a river here, I want to get as close to the area as possible and get a water, I want to get a water pumping station here, preferably upstream from where you're going to put your waste dump. And you go into this and you grab your water pipe and you just connect these real quick, and then make sure that this water pipe goes over these. So the blue area is where everything is. Just make sure all the buildings are inside the blue area, or else they will not receive water. Your citizens will get mad and they will leave, as they do when their happiness falls. Next, now that we have that, we want a road to let them get in and out. So I'm just going to connect this real quick, just simply so they can go in and out as they want. This is just our small town. This is the bird. This, they can, yeah, keep an eye on this, because keep an eye on Chirper, because Chirper allows you to see what your citizens are angry about, what they're happy about, and what can be improved with your city, and it is a really useful resource. So I am just going to start the game here, and we need now a source of energy, because to run these need energy. For my first source of energy, I'm just going to build a little more road, like that, and maybe that, okay, yeah, like that. I'm going to plop down a, what are these called again? Yeah, coal power plant. This would generate a decent sum of energy to power everything. And I'm gonna get the power line, and I'm just gonna set it up like that. So stuff kind of start having energy. And I also want to make sure I give power energy to this and to this. Oh. There we go. So energy is being supplied, and yeah. One thing to note though, versus more clean sources like using a wind turbine, the coal power plant will produce more pollution, and your citizens will get mad if they're too close to it. That is why I built further away. So you should take note of that when you build these things. Build it in a further away area than where your residential and commercial zones are. And when you're using windmills, you want to place it in the darker blue areas here, because these will produce more energy, like see 7 megawatts, 6 megawatts, 5 megawatts, 4 megawatts, and 3 megawatts in the worst areas. So you want to place as high as possible. And also, yeah. So that's what you want for energy. Now I'm just gonna let this run. See, they say stuff up here, and you can see, oh, this needs to be connected. And I want to make sure that this is within this area. So once, oh, I should actually demolish this right here, this line, move it a bit further back, like here. Because now when the energy continues to go through, it'll be provided to all these. See, when they turn blue like that, that means they have energy. So this is how to get started, and that is what you need to start. As we can see here now, they're a bit more built, and now we can continue. So everything's going well, but as you can see, our bank balance is really low right now. We need to get commercial going immediately, because once commercial goes, it'll generate us revenue, and you do not want to be down like this. That is terrible. I'm going to add another road that goes out from here, might demolish that, but fine. I think here-ish. Yeah. I'm just gonna build a road like that. And add a bit more residential areas, just so we can give more people. And yeah, here in these bars you can see what they want. Right now they want tons of residential in the city, and they only want a bit of commercial. That is why I supplied more. And see, as these buildings get built, they will continue, this bar will continue to go down until they are satisfied. You ideally want to keep these below half or less, because then you can get better happiness ratings and so on. I'm just gonna speed this up. As you can see, our bill's going down here, slowly but surely. We do want to be careful about that, because that drains our money. And see, now they want more industry and offices. So I'm gonna make this go slower for a second, and I'm going to grab the industrial zone. You will want, I'm gonna do a box so I can select where it's gonna be. You do want industrial zone to be next to your power plants, because the industrial zone creates pollution too, which the citizens do not like. I'm going to add a bit more road, and then we're just going to this, and then to there-ish. And we're gonna slowly section off this. Like, they only want a bit more, so I'm gonna give them a bit. And they will start to build. And as we develop, our budget is, our weekly income is going up and continuing to go out of numbers. You see here, I made a mistake. These houses are not in this blue zone here, so they are not receiving water. I'm going to branch this out, and I'm going to move it like that, so then they start receiving water. When you build stuff, you do not need to wait. It'll automatically build, and then it just takes a second. It seems like even so, they still want a little bit more industrial zone area, so I'm going to section off a bit more like that, and to give them water. Okay, doing this, boom. Now they should all have water. These will go away. Yeah, earthquakes. Yeah, so all be back once the city grows a bit. Another thing I want to note is that when these bubbles start popping up, it means that you do not have enough workers to operate these buildings, which is why you need to build more, how am I blanking, more residential area to accommodate for this, and that is how you deal with this. I also notice over here the pollution is starting to show, and you don't want any residential buildings in this area where this pollution is, because it will greatly reduce how much they want to stay here there, and you just generally don't want this right here. Now that my city's going, I'm getting a better weekly income, not in the negatives anymore, and we are starting to produce more money. As you can see, there are a decent sum of cars coming here. I'm going to build another road to connect to here so they can get on more efficiently and there's less traffic. As you go, your people also like things like parks and so on, but before you get parks, you need to start having, or you need like a population of like 500, I believe. And this is how you can start your city and get a good start so you can have a better city to go on. That is this video. Oh, here are some problems. Oh, forgot to connect that. There we go. It should be in now. Anyways, that's the end of this. See you next time.